So page 372, this kind of question 1 here, so that's alright. So it's a cylinder on its side, cone and a sphere, okay? So we're going to start off here by drawing our cone and our cylinder in both plan and elevation. Okay, and we're going to find that smaller sphere in here in the front, okay? So I'm going to draw my cone here in plan first of all, go up, draw it here in elevation, then I'm going to draw my cylinder here and bring that down and find that in elevation, just for accuracy, okay? So XY line. So the radius of this cone is 60, or the diameter is 60, so the radius is 30. The height of the cone is 90. Okay, now I can draw in my cylinder here. It's a diameter of 50, so I'm going to measure 25 away from the side of the cone. I'm going to go parallel to the side of the cone. I'm going to come over to the side here, draw a straight line up, and I'm going to measure 25 up here as well from the XY line. We can just bring that across until it hits our angle line, and we can draw in that circle there then. That's the center of my cylinder there. This is my actual cylinder drawn, so I can just bring it down here now to my plan. It is 25 millimeters back from this line, and it's 55 here in the front. So I can draw in this cylinder here now. So that's my cone and that's my cylinder. The next thing I'm going to draw now is this sphere, okay? I'm going to draw a construction sphere here out to the side of the cone like we would have always done. Bring it down here and I'm going to rotate it around. So the diameter is 40 in that construction sphere, which gives me a radius of 20. So I'm going to step out here to the side of the cone, 20, go parallel to the side of the cone. Then I'm going to draw a straight line over here out to the side, and I'm going to measure up 20 on that then as well. I'll set my radius then on my compass. And I'm going to draw in the construction sphere. And like always now, I'm going to do that in a green dotted line as well, just so it stands out that bit better to you. So I'll bring the center of the construction sphere down to the line of the center of the cone, and we're going to rotate that around. Like so. Now, this question is slightly different, okay, because we can get our position of this sphere in our elevation, okay, because we know how high up off the ground this sphere is. It's 20 millimeters, it's a radius, so that's a radius there. We also know that the cylinder and the sphere touch here, so if you had the radius of the cylinder, the radius of the sphere, point to the compass on the cylinder and swing an arc there, we'll know where the center is for that smaller circle here. We'll be able to draw that in, and then we can bring it down to find it in the plan. Okay, so it's slightly different. Okay, so we know that the center of this circle is 20 millimeters up off the ground, which is the same height here, so we can bring that across. Okay? Now we're going to add these two radiuses together. So it's a radius 25 for the cylinder plus a radius 20 for the sphere, and it gives me a radius 45. So I'm setting 45 on my compass. Point here, the center point of the cylinder, and you swing an arc until it crosses that height line that we found. Okay, I'm going to set 20 now again on the compass, the radius of the smaller sphere. Point to the compass there in the center. We can draw that in. We can bring this point in straight down the center point until it hits the arc which we drew, which is down here. And we can draw in our center line again. So that's our shape drawn. Now we just need to get our points of contact. Okay. Points of contact. Right. I'll deal with the cone and the cylinder saw first. So from the center of the cylinder, you go perpendicular to the side of the cone to give us that point. You drop that straight down then to the center line. You rotate it around. And you join the two center points of the sphere and the cone. So join those two center points. Where that arc crosses there, that's our point of contact. Yeah. We can bring that point of contact straight up, and the height of it does not change, so we just bring it across the height. That's our point of contact there. So that's our point of contact between the sphere and the cone. Now we need to do between the cylinder and the sphere, right? So we join our two centers here in our elevation. Where they cross there, okay, that's our point of contact. And we can bring that straight down into the extreme generator here of the cone. So this one here is going across. That's our point of contact there in the plan. And so we've the sphere and the sphere. Now we need the cylinder and the cone. Okay? Cylinder and the cone. So this is similar now again to the sphere. So from the center of the cylinder, we go perpendicular to the side of the cone. They hit there. Okay? I'm going to have to mix them up. So that one to there, and then that goes straight down to the center of the cone there. That's our point of contact. So it goes perpendicular to the side of the cone. Where that hits, you bring it down to the extreme generator, the line across. That's your point of contact between the cone and the cylinder. And then between the sphere and the cone, you have it here, you join the centers, which is here, bring it down, okay, and you need to bring it all the way down. Okay, and it's along there then is our point of contact, because it's touching there exactly where it's touching. That's all of our points of contact and the full shape there then found.